All right. What we're going to talk about this Wednesday, we didn't have a webinar last week uh, due to some plans that I had, and also we had horrible weather here in our area. We're going to talk about sales page. So if you've been watching my webinars, I've taken you through, and we've been talking about solely Facebook ads, but you can do this on just about any of the ad platforms. But we've been talking about Facebook because I believe that that's the easiest one for someone to get started on for making their advertisements and generating leads. So we talked about setting up the business page. We talked about setting up an ad. We talked about generating leads. And now this Wednesday, we're going to talk about generating sales. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk through a sales page, and simple sales pages actually, because if you really think about it, what do people really care about? This was something that I had to get into my head when making sales pages, is that people do not care about you. They don't care about me. If I was selling something to you, you don't really care about me. Yeah, you might care that you know you're dealing with someone that is credible, but you don't, when you buy what I sell, you don't get to take me home with you. So it comes down to the information, but people really don't buy information. People buy results. Let me give you an example. You go to a car dealer, you test drive a vehicle. It's a nice vehicle. You buy the vehicle. Why do you think you bought the vehicle? Do you think you bought the vehicle because you needed transportation? Do you think you bought the vehicle because it was dependable? Do you think you bought the vehicle because of it was a two-seater or a four-seater? That might play a part in it. But almost everybody, when it comes to buying a nice car, why do we buy that? Why did we buy that car? Especially when you're younger. Now, when you're older, you really do start to buy a car because you want that car, and even if it's an expensive car, you want to be comfortable in luxury, and because you worked your whole life and that's what you feel that you deserve. But when we're young, get that car and we're driving, and we start to look at everybody that's looking at us driving that car. So that means that when you buy something, when we buy something, when we buy nice clothes, buy nice watches, buy rings, even though you get married, why do you want that ring to look a certain way? It's because you buy the result. When you're buying something, you're buying a result. So if we're constructing a sales page, we don't want to focus on us. We want to focus on the result that an individual is going to get. But there's a lot of problems that come with that, and it's a special skill with being able to construct a sales page. And I'm going to also give you something that's very important that you need to understand, is that regardless of how good your sales page is, it's still not going to sell everybody. Regardless of how good your sales page is, it's still not going to sell everybody. So don't think that you're going to put together this sales page that's going to convert 100% of people, 90% of people, 75% of people, 60%, 50%. No, the best sales pages from corporations is about 3%, depending on what they're selling, about 3%. I would say direct response marketers like myself, some of the other people you might see online, could be in the 8 to 10% maybe, and that could be pretty high. I would say about 5% on average. And the reason why we're able to make it with a 5% is because we have certain things in place to maximize the leads that became a lead for a certain product or service, but also how much that product or service would cost. So don't let anybody fool you. I don't care who they are. If they're selling a low ticket $3-4 program or whatever, they're going to upsell the hell out of you because they can't live on it. They can't live on it. It'll be like going to a mechanic. You say, hey, you come here and only get your oil changed. And we found out that they try to upsell you when you go to get your oil changed. They'll try to upsell you on the oil. They'll find something. You want a filter, whatever, because it's in their pricing model. So already that's a good example for the oil change company, because like those oil change services, because a lot of people will be like, well, Steve, you know, they only sell one service and it's cheap, 5-minute oil change. Well, they're buying, this is their business model. They're buying the oil in bulk. And they're focusing on one service, in and out. And they try to upsell you. For my Mercedes, when I go into that quick oil change, I pay $180 for my oil change. And they always ask me if it's not the same people that serviced me before. They be like, man, it's $180 for your car. It's a big engine. It takes a lot of oil. So don't be fooled just because whatever vehicle you might have, it's pretty cheap compared to what a shop would have to charge you. And they still try to upsell you on the filter and all that other stuff. Maybe even windshield wipers. So bottom line, if it's something cheap, get ready, because they're going to try to upsell you on something else expensive because they can't survive without doing it. So for most of you that are watching this video, where the level you're going to be at is that 1, 2, 3, what I've always talked about in my videos, making an ad, a winning ad. If you don't have a winning ad, you can't even get to step 2 and step 3, which is the sales. Everything starts with the ad. Next is generating leads. The reason why I say you want to generate leads is because if you're not good at selling, at least when you generate leads, you can test on your leads ways that you need to sell your product or service. It's like being you're up at bat, but you have 1,000,000 times until that person takes themselves off of your list. And then your sales page, because they're still on your list, you can continue saying, hey, this is what I had to offer. Nobody buy. Okay, change it. Okay, this is what I had to offer. Nobody buys. Okay, change it. This is what I had to offer. Okay, somebody bought. Okay, change it a little bit. And that's what it's going to take. You're going to have to do that for ads. You got to do that for generating leads. You got to do that for making sales. And if you can get that through your mind, you're going to be way further along than all the other business, because everybody else is scrambling. They're thinking that there's some secret AI robot in the background making this ad and doing all this. They might have that stuff, but I'm telling you, what's going to make your business special is the attention and the touch that you put towards it. That's what I've done for mine, and I'm about being real and telling you the truth up front. So if you want to come to this Wednesday's webinar, there's either a link above or below this video, and we're going to get down to some real business on how to generate a sales page for your product or service. All right, thank you for your time. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. Post your questions and comments. If you're watching this on Facebook or one of the other platforms, please do the same. Like this page. And I look forward to seeing you on Wednesday.